Hello, everybody. It is Sulondia Hammond, also known as Sue Ham Baby. And today I wanted to come forward and share some of the things that I have found that are synonymous with successful people, tips, traits, habits that most successful people share. The thing about being successful is one has to make a conscious decision to be successful. And once you've made that conscious decision, there are habits that you do, either knowingly or unknowingly. Successful people realize that there are only 24 hours in a day and they make every moment count. I went in Webster's dictionary and I decided to look up the definition of habit. They define habit as a pattern regularly followed until it has become almost involuntary. Habit is also defined as a dominant or regular disposition or tendency, a practice of something, a prevailing character or quality. You've probably heard the saying, she has a habit of looking both ways before she crosses the street, or she has a habit of looking at the bright side of things. Well, I decided, oh my gosh, there must be something special that sets successful people aside. And to be honest with you, the biggest thing is to make the decision to be successful, to see yourself successful, to plan for success, and then to do the things required to be successful. In my study, from Napoleon Hill to Steve Jobs to Bill Gates to Donald Trump to Oprah Winfrey, I found that all of these successful people have habits. And I wanted to share with you 25 of the most important habits that I found to be very interesting, and I feel that they will shed some insight into your life. But before I delve into those 25 habits, I just want to say once again how important it is that in order to be successful, you have to be successful. Don't buy into the phrase that we were born to fail. That is the most asinine thing I've ever heard in my life. Why on earth would you be created to fail? You were sent here to win. You were born to win. You are equipped with everything you need. You have the power internally to succeed. However, we have free will. And with that free will, we can decide to be lazy or we can decide to be productive. We can decide to be successful or we can decide to be unsuccessful. It is entirely up to us. And I hope, my friends, you're listening because you have decided to be successful and you are seeking further knowledge, further training to help you on that path of success. Because as a successful person, we realize that we never stop learning and we never stop investing in ourselves. So without further ado, let's delve into the 25 daily habits that I found to be rather intriguing and rather important. And I found that most successful people practice on a daily basis. Number 1, highly successful people methodically create their own success while others hope success will find them. Successful people make a habit of planning for success rather than wishing for success. There's a big difference in planning and a big difference in hoping. There's a big difference in yearning and a big difference in hoping. When you are seeking to be successful, you do not just sit at home and daydream all day hoping to be successful. You methodically plan for your success. Number 2, highly successful people learn from failures. I really love this one. Many people think that in order to be successful, you shouldn't fail. I am here to tell you that you will fail numerous. You will fail big time. And that is the beauty of it, because in failure, there is a lesson to help you be even more successful should you choose to learn from it, should you choose not to quit. So successful people understand that there's a trial and error period. They must attempt it in order to learn from it. So they understand that failure is a must. Failure is key to success, and they don't quit. Number 3, highly successful people look for opportunities. And this goes back to not being lazy. If you're on the journey to success and you want to be successful, you are looking for opportunities to succeed. You are not just sitting at home praying and hoping that things will come to you. Remember the biblical scripture, faith without works is dead. I don't know which is more important. Faith without works is dead or working without faith. What I am saying is that you need both. You need faith and you need work. You need to get out there and look for opportunities. Once you go looking, once your mind is in the right place, you will be so surprised at all the great opportunities that you attract to yourself. Number 4, highly successful people make great decisions. They weigh the odds, and they are quick to make decisions, and they stand by the decisions that they make. Now, I'm not saying that every decision that successful people make are great decisions. Prime example, Oprah Winfrey with the movie Beloved. It wasn't her best work. Actually, it was an epic failure. But she made the decision to do the movie, and she stood by it. That is one of the traits about successful people. Regardless if things pan out in the way that they want them to or not, they stand by the decisions that they make, and they are not hasty to make decisions. Number 5, highly successful people do not waste time with negative thinking or bother to spend their time at frivolous events. People that are successful understand that there are only 24 hours in a day. They have no time to waste with frivolous things. They have no time to waste sleeping once their body has had adequate rest. E.T. the hip hop preacher said, "Sleep is for suckers." And what he meant by that is once your body has gained enough rest, get out of the bed. Stop being lazy. Stop lounging around on the couch. Do something productive. Don't spend your time thinking about negative things. If you want to know how you're feeling, check your thoughts. If you're happy, 9 times out of 10, you're thinking happy thoughts. If you're sad, you're thinking sad thoughts. If you're negative and moody, you're thinking negative thoughts. Successful people are genuinely happy people, and they attract nice people. They attract opportunities. They attract ventures. So don't spend your day wasting it on frivolous events. Don't spend your day consumed with negative thoughts that weigh you down. Number 6, highly successful people use what they have to get more. Now, I love this because oftentimes I hear so many people say, "Oh, when I get more money, I'll do this. When I get more time, I'll do this. When I get an assistant, I'll do this." If you truly want to be successful, you won't have an excuse. You will use what you have. Most entrepreneurs start out with just themselves, and they grow into 500 employee corporations. Now, had they said, "Oh, I'll just wait until I get the money to employ someone," 9 times out of 10, they wouldn't be where they are now. So if you want to be successful, you'll understand that it's important to start. Very important to start with what you have and where you are. Number 7, highly successful people do not complain. They adjust and reach for solutions. We've all been around people who whine and complain. And now really, has that really helped the situation? Did it provide a solution? I would venture to say it did not. So why waste your time whining and complaining? Find a solution. Number 8, highly successful people are focused. They are not drifters. Napoleon Hill said, "He who has a definitive plan and purpose shall be successful." If you have a plan, if you are focused, you will not drift. You will achieve those goals that you have written. You will achieve those goals that you affirm every day. I am going to be successful. I am going to be the CEO of a major corporation. When you are focused and you are working to obtain those goals, you will be successful. Number 9, highly successful people avoid gossip, he say, she say conversations. I'm sure we all know someone that spends most of their day on the phone, on the internet, or in person with someone, just gossiping. And at the end of the day, it hasn't gotten them anywhere. Their time has just gone by. Successful people have no time for that. If it's not about networking, to dream about the next big venture, to launch the next big idea, they have no time for it. Highly successful people avoid gossip at all costs. Number 10, highly successful people invest in themselves. This is very important. By investing in yourselves, that means if you need to get some training because you lack the knowledge or the skill set that you desire to accomplish your goal, then invest in that. If you need to go to conferences, invest in that. If you need to order audio, read more books to learn about a specific subject or perfect your skill, then that is something that you must do. You must invest time, you must invest money, and you must invest knowledge and training if you want to continue to be successful. Number 11, highly successful people take risks. You must take risks. Playing it safe is not going to get you the big win. If you want to stay on home base and be comfortable and live a life of complacency, then you will be mediocre at best. If you want to be highly successful and exceptional, you will take calculated risks. All of the successful people do it. All of the successful people do it. Number 12. Highly successful people are motivated. They are not lazy. And we touched on this earlier. You must get out of the bed. You must show up. You must have energy. You must be motivated. You must have goals set. You must be focused. Laziness will not get you to where you need to be. Well, I guess it can because I think that laziness and necessity is the mother of invention. Thank God that someone did invent the remote control, because oftentimes as a child, I was tired getting up from the couch and turning the channel for my dad. Luckily, back in those days, we only had 12 to 13 channels. But for the sake of successful people, you cannot be lazy. You cannot lay around in the house all day, sit on the couch, sit under the tree, sit at the store, and just gossip and chit chat and expect to be successful. That's not going to happen. You've got to be focused and you've got to be motivated to accomplish your goals. Number 13, highly successful people do not make excuses. They begin where they are. They do not wait for the apparent right time. And let me tell you, there is no apparent right time. And successful people realize that. They realize that in order to be successful, the right time is now. Seize the opportunity, seize the moment, make it happen. No excuses. As I often say, a lot of us, we like to pretend like we're at the dinner table when it comes to success. We oftentimes excuse ourselves from success. Well, successful people do not excuse themselves from success. They are present and ready. Number 14, highly successful people see, plan, and do. They visualize themselves successful. They see it in their mind's eye. Then they plan to be successful. Then they do the things necessary to be successful. And oftentimes, those of average skill set, those of average accomplishment, they fail to implement the plan. They fail to do. And that's what sets them apart from highly successful people. Number 15, highly successful people are always learning. Always learning. Always, always, always learning. You must learn, because as soon as you master or perfect one thing, it changes. And if you stop learning, you stop growing. If you stop growing, you die. Successful people are always learning. They're intrigued by new things. Number 16, highly successful people read daily. It's mind-boggling. The people I come across that say to me, Sue Ham, I just hate reading. And I just cannot understand that because, as a child, a little girl, I've always been fascinated with reading. It's just, the places you can go through reading, the things that you can learn through reading. It's amazing. Successful people read daily, whether they're reading a book, whether they're reading the paper, they stay up to date on what's going on. Number 17. Highly successful people don't quit. Doesn't matter if the going gets tough. The tough gets going when it comes to highly successful people. They realize that the road is not going to be paved with yellow brick road. It's not going to happen. They understand that they're going to be met with trials and tribulations, conflict, and they understand that they must persevere. You must persevere on the road to success. Quitting is not an option. It is okay to fail as long as you don't quit. It is not okay to quit because you failed. Number 18, Highly successful people are thankful. They appreciate small and big things. I cannot stress to you enough how the attitude of gratitude brings about more opportunities, more blessings. It's amazing how God will just pour down the blessings from heaven when you are thankful for the things that you have. When you show yourself worthy and responsible for the little that you have, He will multiply it beyond belief so that you are able to bless others. Successful people are happy with what they have. They're excited. They're thankful. Number 19, highly successful people realize that helping others means that they are helping themselves. They are not selfish. Napoleon Hill said the quickest way to be successful is to help someone else be successful. Most people don't understand that, but it is so true. And when you can really understand that and break it down, you will see the significance of helping your fellow man. Helping your fellow man is a surefire way to help you succeed. Number 20, highly successful people don't brag. They allow their work to speak for itself. Oh man, I put this on LinkedIn a few weeks ago, and they about had a field day with me. They were like, well, you have to advertise and market and get yourself out there, and it's okay to brag. And I said, guys, listen. Bragging and advertising and marketing are totally different. Of course, you have to market and advertise to get your product or your service out there. What good is having a product or service if no one knows about it? However, being boastful and prideful is not the same thing. When your work speaks for itself, when your services and your product are top notch, you don't have to walk around town saying, I am the best. There's no one better than me, in a most hateful and boastful way. You don't have to do that. Your work will speak for itself. Your clients will speak for you. Your products will speak for you. Highly successful people do not brag. They allow their work to speak for itself. Number 21. Highly successful people are always moving forward. They do not dwell on their accomplishments, for they look forward to accomplishing the next goal. They don't sit there and say, oh, I won an Oscar, and just sit there and relish in that moment for years and years and years. No, they're looking for the next big thing. They celebrate that moment, and they're out looking for the next big venture, the next big thing. For you see, if you settle in that one moment for too long, you become complacent. You become comfortable. When you're a successful person, you're adventurous. You're ready to conquer the next goal. You move forward. Successful people keep it moving. Number 22. Highly successful people engage in a healthy lifestyle, which includes exercising, proper eating habits, and healthy business and personal relationships. It is of utmost importance that you do this. If your physical life suffers, but your spiritual, financial, mental, and business life and relationships are top notch, you're going to feel unequally balanced. You're not going to feel right. It is highly important that you lead a healthy lifestyle, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, and in your personal relationships in order for you to be balanced, in order for you to feel your best, in order for you to accomplish everything that you have your heart set on. I don't know about you guys, but if I'm not eating properly and I'm not exercising, I tend to not have the energy I normally have. And therefore, something goes lacking, whether it's spending time with my children or whether it's getting an objective accomplished that I have set for that day. So it's important for you to lead a balanced lifestyle so that no one feels neglected, whether it's your family, whether it's you need to have a balanced lifestyle. I cannot stress that enough. Number 23, highly successful people set goals. What are you going to be motivated about if you don't have any goals? Highly successful people, they do not wake up in the morning and say, what am I going to do today? Unless they're on vacation. However, if you're in work mode, highly successful people do not get up wondering what they will do for the day. For you see, most of them have set their goals the night before. And the purpose for that is so that their subconscious mind can think and process how they will accomplish those goals and those objectives the next day. Highly successful people set goals. How else are you going to stay on track and know that you are moving in the direction that you need to move? I know for me, if I don't map out goals, daily goals for myself, I'll get up and the day will go by and I haven't accomplished anything because I don't have a device or a method or a tool to keep me on track. However, when I write out my goals, I can sit down and say, okay, I've done this, and this. Now I need to do this, and this. And I'm on track. I'm on target. It helps to prevent me from wasting time. It keeps me focused. Successful people set goals. Number 24. Highly successful people hang around other successful people. We've heard the phrase, birds of a feather flock together. Well, why would you want to be around people who aren't doing anything? People who have no aspirations to be better, people who are complacent, people who are comfortable, who live the mediocre lifestyle, have the mediocre mindset, the poor mindset, and who are just darn right happy about it. Do not surround yourself with people like that if you want to be successful. If you want more out of life, you have got to surround yourself with people who are like-minded. Birds of a feather flock together. For those of you who say, well, I don't have anyone in my community or in my circle that's like me, Sue Ham, or someone who's trying to do better, I suggest you open up a book and you read about other successful people. You go to the internet and you download some audio CDs and listen to some great intensive training to keep your mindset on course, because it is so easy to be distracted when you don't have goals or when you're not around other motivators or around other like-minded individuals. And lastly, get out and network. Network via social media, or get out and go to some networking functions. You have no excuse. Get out and meet the successful people that you strive to be like. Number 25, and this rounds out the list of the 25 daily habits that highly successful people do. And it is, they find a balance in work life, family life, and spiritual life. And it's similar to number 22. Basically, you find a balance. You have a healthy lifestyle, and it's on there twice because I cannot stress enough how important it is to have your spiritual life intact, because oftentimes we get drained and we need time to ourselves. And one of the things I do is I meditate and I pray, and I'm working on exercising more. But it's important to have your spiritual life intact, your mental life, your financial life, and your personal life, as well as your financial life. And once you have those things intact, the world is your oyster. You can do with it as you may. And like I said before, whoever came up with the phrase, we are born to fail, I really want to find out who you are so that I can just strangle you. I'm just kidding. But what I am saying is that that is an asinine phrase. Why would God waste his precious time, his precious creation of man to put him here, to set him here, if his ultimate purpose was for him to fail? Can you see how that doesn't make any sense at all? You were born to be successful. And I've stated over and over emphatically in so many of my speeches and so many of my recordings that you are born to be successful. You have to make that decision to be successful. You came here equipped with everything. Everything that you need to succeed already dwells within you internally. All you have to do is tap into the inside, tap into the greatness that God has placed inside of you. You have skills that no one has. You have a unique talent, a unique gift that no one has. It cannot be duplicated. You are so great that you are unique. You are one of a kind. So don't let the negative chatter in your head stop you from achieving those goals that you came here to achieve. You have a purpose. The world needs your gifts. I want your gifts. I want you to share it with us. We need it. No one can give it to us like you can. No one can. For you are a unique creature created out of the image of God. You are perfect. What you have to offer is perfect. You just have to believe that. And like Napoleon Hill said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Now, mind you, you got to work for it. It's not enough to sit there and think about it and believe it and expect to achieve it. You've got to get out there and work towards your goals. And that's another thing that successful people realize. Again, like I said, I don't know which one is worse, faith without works or working without faith. Either way it goes, you're bound to fail eventually. So if you're going to work, why not have faith? If you got faith, why not work towards those goals, those desires, those dreams, those visions that you have on a consistent basis? They exist in your mind for a reason, because God wants you to bring those ideas to life. And the only way to bring those ideas to life is to actually act upon it. I want to say that again. The only way to bring those ideas to life is to actually act upon it. And I can't do it for you. I can't do it. You are the only one that can do it. Sure, I can nurture you and I can train you and I can advise you, but you are the one that has to do it. You have to make that conscious decision. You have to see yourself successful. You have to plan for success. Then you have to do whatever it takes to be successful. And my friends, you can do it. You can do it. There is nothing supernatural about Steve Jobs that separates him from you. There is nothing supernatural about Oprah Winfrey that separates her from you. There is nothing supernatural about Napoleon Hill that separates him from you, other than the fact that they made a decision to be successful and they acted upon it. That's it. That's it. They see, they plan, and they do, and they are successful. And that's all it takes. There's no magic, nothing David Copperfield about this. It's simple. Make the decision, then work towards your goals. Develop habits daily that will cause you to achieve your goals. It's not rocket science, my friends. It's not rocket science. You were sent here to succeed, and I believe in you. And until you can believe for yourself, I will continue to believe for you. But know this, you have to start believing for yourself. And then you have to start working towards it and watch it all happen for you. Watch it all happen. My friends, again, I am Sulondia Hammond, the author of the book, Don't Quit, Follow Your Dreams, TV, radio host, internet marketer, blogger, and motivational speaker. And again, I go by the name Sue Ham, baby. And I am rooting for you. I'm rooting for you. I want you to live, learn, love, and laugh. And remember that I am loving you to life. And I am here. I've got training materials, audio, and I am more than willing and happy to come forward and deliver a keynote speech to your conference, to your school, to your organization, or your corporation. But if I don't get to meet you, hopefully this audio is enough to prompt you to see, plan, and do your way to success.